Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time, and I'm here for another FAQ video. And since this is going to be a really quick one, I'll go ahead and cover a couple more tips in regards to your Tattler lids. So the question for this video is, how do you open the Tattler lids? And it's really simple. All you need is a bottle opener like this. You don't want to use the sharp end, obviously. You want to use the blunt end. This is the best style right here to use for opening your jar. So I took a couple of close-up clips right here showing me opening a couple of vacuum sealed jars. So I'm putting that right there. And you can see that I put the edge of this little thing goes under the rubber part, under the rubber seal, before you go to open it. And so it's just that simple. Just don't do it too hard or too quickly, but it will open up just easily without damaging the rubber ring or the lid itself. Now the reason I use the vacuum sealed ones is I don't have any jars of canned goods that I want to open up at this time. So that's why what I did was I took a couple of these and vacuum sealed it, and I resealed it after I did that. Now since I'm here, and I know that was a real quick one to cover as far as the question, I'll go ahead and cover another question real quick. I may still do a separate video on it, but I might as well do it here. And that is, can I vacuum seal with the Tattler lids? Well, that really depends. Yes, you can, but it is really important that you stick with only the older style of the Tattler lids, not the Easy Seal. I have two different Easy Seal lids right here, and I marked them with an X so it's easier for me to see which ones they are. Especially when you got, 54-year-old eyes, it's really hard to see where it says Easy Seal on there. So I marked them with a black X so I know which ones are the Easy Seal. And I've tried several times vacuum sealing with these just to try it out to see if it will work. And they'll seal initially, but the seal won't hold. Sometimes it comes undone immediately, or it only stays sealed for a few minutes. However, this jar here is an old style, this is an old style, and this jar also is an old one. So this one, in fact, was sealed, vacuum sealed, back in 2014. This is sunflower seeds. Now the sunflower seeds have gone kind of stale, and so I've just, even in that period of time, so I've decided I'm going to give all the ones that I have sealed up like this, because it didn't go through them near as fast as I thought we would. I'm going to go ahead and give these to the chickens just kind of as treats. But anyway, yes, you can vacuum seal. Just make sure you don't even bother with the Easy Seal. So many times I've tried pumping the brake bleeder pump all the way up to as far as I could get it to go, and still within a minute they had lost their seal. I tried switching out the rubber rings, and just in case it was an issue with maybe the ring, one ring was older than another, still the same problem. So I would, with your Easy Seal, I would stick with using these only for canning. And yes, by the way, if you saw my video on how to use Tattler lids for canning, it doesn't matter if it's the Easy Seal or the old style. The way you use them, I've learned this since, is exactly the same. Now the reason I was confused is when they first came out with the Easy Seal, they were initially advertised as working the same way as the metal lid, but then they realized no, they don't. You still have to follow the same exact steps in the way that you tighten it, and then tightening it down when it comes out of the canner. Otherwise, the jars, if you put them too tight, you put them on as tight as a metal lid, they'll blow up on you, and that's how I ended up getting a bad burn on my wrist. But I will be reshooting a video on how to use Tattler lids properly, so I can make sure everybody understands how that's done. So again, for opening, use your bottle opener with the blunt end. And yes, you can vacuum seal, but again, even with the old style ones, I recommend leaving it out for a few days before you put it back in storage to see if it's going to hold its seal. And I always recommend still putting a band on there, whether it be the Tattler lids or the metal lids that you're using to vacuum seal, just in case. Because especially with herbs, it's not such a big deal if these come unsealed. They're still going to stay good in the jar as long as all the moisture is gone. With a jar that's just got a good seal on it anyway, that doesn't necessarily have to be vacuum sealed. But if you're talking about nuts and meats, then I do recommend those. You want to make sure those stay vacuum sealed. All right, well, I hope that answered the question and the demonstration was helpful. The little close-ups I put in here so that you could see how to do it. It's really simple and it doesn't cause any damage. As long as you don't get too rough with it, it shouldn't cause any damage to either the rubber ring or to the lid itself. Oh yes, and don't forget to check out my FAQ playlist, which I'll be linking to down below in the description box if you're interested. And I'll go ahead and link to that how to use Tattler lids video. Just understand that, I said something in there about using the easy seals the same way as a metal lid. Nope, don't do that. Just understand that part. Use it the same way as I demonstrated for all those lids in that video. All right, well, thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.